Greetings, weirdlings. I'm Danny Danger, and I want to talk to you about one of my favorite reads recently, Madam Frankenstein. Do you like the look? Well, Mika, our new makeup artist, actually did a tutorial on how you can do this. Madam Frankenstein is a fresh retelling on the classic Frankenstein's monster story. A young woman is killed in a car accident, and the young doctor-to-be, who believes that they are meant to be, resurrects her. When she comes back to life, she has no memory of who she was, no memory of Vincent, our would-be doctor, or any memory of her boyfriend, who actually happens to be a childhood nemesis of Vincent's. He names her Gail, after Galatea, and attempts to teach his monster how to be a lady. This story is made by the characters and how they relate to one another. There are layers and layers and layers to it. My initial relationship with horror was built on cinema, not on books or comics. So it's really difficult because on the one hand, I love horror because it's a reflection of what we as a society are afraid of, and I think that's a powerful social commentary that's really intriguing to me. But I usually turn tail and run right about the time where I see how women are treated in horror movies, because it's not the worst thing in the world, because we are actually afraid of, rape or having someone stalk you or invade your personal space or, straight up good old-fashioned murder. But those are not the only things that are independent to the female experience that are really horrifying, but none of the other things are touched on nearly as much in horror cinema. The main theme of Madam Frankenstein is abuse. It's about that line between love and attraction and possession and obsession. It's about control, it's about jealousy and anger. It's basically a story about everything that could go incredibly wrong in any kind of relationship. This book sets up the perfect atmosphere to have these conversations, whether it's the time period that it takes place during, the complicated relationships between characters, the God complex created when a man brings life into a woman, or just the general Frankenstein monster mythos in and of itself. This book is rife with conversation material. As you read it or reread it and go back, more themes present themselves to you. It's like brain candy. It's the corruption of idealism, it's body image and our concepts of beauty, drug addiction. One of my favorite things about this story is that it really accurately represents the cruelty to mercy ratio in the human experience, I think. Gail has a handful of experiences, 3 specifically, that are these brief moments of kindness. She has 2 at the carnival that Vincent takes her to sort of get her out there and have her see people without anybody looking at her funny. There is a fire breather who makes a nice conversation with her, and there's also a hula dancing burlesque dancer who winks at her when she notices her looking insecure. But most of her experiences are coming from Vincent, this man who brought her to life. So he's treating her abusively, so most of her experiences are negative. And most of the pain that she's experiencing is brought on by a lot of the people around her in Vincent's social circles. So when she goes to a party full of other women, they talk bad about her or are rude to her just because she looks different. Can we talk about how much I love the theme of women ostracizing other women being tied into a Frankenstein's monster story? 'Cause wow, nailed it. My favorite thing on the whole about this story is the irony of Gail's training to be a lady when everyone else in the story who's not her is much more monstrous. As an ignorant monster, she's got more humanity in her than Vincent. She's got more humanity in her than Vincent's girlfriend, who is actually his perfect idealized vision of beauty. So you really get a chance to see what is really humane and what is really monster. Layers. Layers. Much foreshadow, no spoilers, but the ending. The story had to be pretty damn good in this book to compete with the artwork because it's beautiful. Megan Levins has a style that I could pick out of a lineup, and it's all black and white, so it's very simple and it's just stunning. One of the great things about the art is the incredible amount of detail work that goes into the clothing and the setting and the scenery. I read a really awesome article on Comics Alliance about the relevancy of fashion in comic books now, especially with women being the largest growing demographic. It makes a story so much more encompassing when the characters are wearing something or look like they would in real life, especially when it's a period piece. And they really nailed the wardrobe on this comic. I want everything Gail wears. I want it all. I also really loved Madam Frankenstein's general character design. I thought it was a really good decision to go with the no hair. I thought that was much more realistic or relatable considering the trauma that the body would go through from dying and then being reanimated. The only thing I didn't like about this comic was that it ended. But to make myself feel better about it, I made a Madam Frankenstein playlist on Spotify. The link is down below in the description. You should check it out because I'm kind of proud of it. It's danceable, it's cryable. Whether you're a horror fan or you don't know that you like horror, you should check out Madam Frankenstein. It's an incredible read. It's beautiful to behold, and I love it. And you should love it. Love the monster. Phil Cost wants to see an Amanda Waller comic book, and that makes two of us. I think Brian Azzarello would do an incredible Amanda Waller comic, especially if you get down to that cold, calculating characterization that he did for 100 Bullets. I could die. We got some amazing suggestions for characters who deserve their own series. Juan Nunez recommended Dazzler and Lois Lane. Juliet, one of my fellow Valkyries, suggested The Question. Both of these are great ideas. And Dalton Cruz said that he would like to see a comic about Kate Bishop and Miss America Chavez. And I completely agree, but on one specific condition: they need to date. At the end of that comic, I ship it. Be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. We do reviews all the time. We want to let you guys know what's amazing out there that you need to read because there are 1 million comics and it can be hard to pick one. A special thanks, as always, goes out to Austin Books and Comics. Thank you guys for carrying Madam Frankenstein. Thank you for letting me put my recommended tag under it so that maybe some other people will pick it up. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz. If you like yourself, you love yourself, you're a beautiful monster, and everyone loves you.